to make it to the Final Four. As Associate Head Coach Vonn Reed over to join us now. Vonn, congratulations on a darn near perfect game here today.
Wow.
I heard in your voice, I don't know if this is going to sink in for anybody around here for a while, but that was a great ball game for 3 quarters. Tennessee made a run at you late in the third. What happened that you so authoritatively put it away there in the fourth?
I mean, this was the perfect storm for us. You know, when we're pressing and turning people over, that's great. Normally we don't shoot the ball all that great, but we shot the lid off of it today. I mean, we shot, I don't know how many threes we made, maybe at least 14.
14, Vonn.
Wow, just unbelievable.
Made 9 out of 18 in the first half, and then just as it was Friday night, Butler hit those 2 early threes in the fourth, and that pretty much sealed it.
Yeah, she hit some big-time shots. They were right in rhythm. She was feeling good. She's a big-time player. She steps up in these moments. I'm so proud of that kid.
She had 18 today, and the biggest of big-time players is Alexis Peterson. Every time you sit next to me, we say, well, Alexis just set the school record in the NCAA tournament. She had 29 points today. That was clearly the best player at this regional.
Absolutely. I mean, Alexis, the bigger the game, you know, the more she steps up. She carried us, a point guard, handled their pressure for 40 minutes, put us on her back. 29 points is big time, and good shooting, too, 11 for 20 from the field.
Vonn, when did this team and when did you as a member of the staff realize that the Final Four was an attainable goal?
Well, Coach Q had been preaching that pretty much all year long. I mean, he said that we have the team, if we stick together, if we play our style of basketball, that we have the ability to be able to do that. I'd probably say the Duke game was probably the turning point where we really thought, you know, we played a really good basketball game. We had been playing well, and I think that turned us around right there.
As Tammi Reiss over to join us now. Tammi, this is, your 4th Final Four now. First as a coach. How does this one feel?
This is amazing, absolutely amazing. I couldn't be any happier for these kids and this program. It's actually really surreal. It still hasn't hit me yet.
Of course it wasn't easy, but in the fourth quarter it became obvious you guys were going to win the game about 7 minutes to go. When did it sink in that you guys had pulled this off?
I think when we went up 20, and with about 4 minutes to go, I started to breathe a little easier, and I thought we had it. It was a little anticlimactic. I think that's why we didn't really have that huge celebration, but you know, I think when we went up 20, we knew.
You've been through this moment. We've talked about this all week long. So you've been to the Final Four as a player. You knew what this was like. Did this team at Field show that same resolve your Virginia team showed back in the day?
It reminds me a lot of our first Final Four. You know, I gave the girls cards in the beginning of the year, and they filled them out of what they wanted. And almost every card said Elite 8. We want to go to the Elite 8. So I handed them back to them today in the locker room, and I said, you're here. Now what do you want? And they all said the Final Four. They were the underdog. No one expected us to be cutting these nets down, and now we are. And going into the Final Four, it's great to be an underdog. You got no pressure on you.
Well, Brianna Day was first up the ladder, made the first snip off the net. Her sister to follow. Coach Q gave them net cutting lessons the other day, and good to see that they have applied here properly today.
He did. He showed them how to get the wrist and where to put it in the scissors, and he was very, very confident. He knew.
All right, Tammi, I have plenty of time to talk about the next game, but how about seeing Washington again? Of all teams, go figure, a team you've already played in the Final Four.
It's crazy. I'm so happy for them as well. Another underdog, and, you know, we get to get another rematch with them to go on to play, you know, for the national championship. You know, we couldn't be any happier. Congrats to them as well, and we're ready.
Q, congratulations. What is this moment like for you to have this team in the Final Four? Sounds pretty good, don't it?
Unbelievable. You know, it's always, I always think back to the first day we had a press conference and talk about going to the Final Four and winning that championship, and everyone just sucked their teeth. And it makes it worth it because the kids worked hard. We all worked hard. We gave everything we had. And just really, really happy for the effort and just an unreal feeling.
Anticlimactic would be the wrong term. It's never anticlimactic to make the Final Four for the first time, but the fact that you ran away with it, at what point in the fourth quarter did you say, whoa, we are going to win this game?
When we started rebounding. That was the key because we didn't give them extra shots. And when we started rebounding, I knew we had that under control, and that was so big.
When did you think this team specifically, during the course of the year, was capable of pulling this off?
Well, we had started playing well halfway through our conference schedule. I just thought we were a really tough team. We had a lot of talented players, and talent kind of took over down the stretch with our team. Our kids are just tough and resilient. And when they started following game plan, I knew we had a great shot of doing it.
All right, have you been up the ladder yet? Are you getting the last snip up there?
I'm going to go cut me some nets.
All right,
I
Q.
told them if they got an auxiliary basket in the back.
You're cutting that too?
I'm cutting them all in nets.
We're not leaving any nets?
They got to be careful in here.
All right, take them all with us. All right, Q, I got to ask you about Alexis, too. I mean, she was phenomenal the last 2 games. When she did what she did, how big is that? I mean, she stepped up as one of the best players in the country the last 3 days.
It was amazing. It was just totally amazing. She just really did everything that we asked her to do. And just handle the ball for that length of time and to be that committed to going to get the ball, it was amazing. So you got to give her so much credit.
All right, Q, I think your time on the ladder is almost here, so I'll let you get over there.
I'm going to go get them.
Go get that next, Q. Q, congratulations. It's been fun.
Thank you.
That's Syracuse head coach Quentin Hillsman. We're doing this again in Indianapolis for the Final Four. Syracuse will be taking on Washington.